I had screenshots from his girlfriend who was hitting on me. Then this guy came to make fun of my voice.
Wow.
So you know, okay.
Uweziweka bibi, you can yangu nataka kuja kuweka.
No. You can imagine. I told him, look,
hey, try
but
me.
With that womanly voice as he was trying to make it look.
Mr. Tell me you smashed his girl.
I didn't smash his girl because I had my girl, but I told him, look, you
I'm not that because the girl will watch.
No. Guys, shut up and let me talk. This is what I'm saying, yeah? Because the insinuation you're saying is that what I am saying is you cower and don't stand up for yourself. I'm not saying that.
What are you saying?
What I am saying is avoid unnecessary confrontations by people who are just trying to provoke you.
Someone just posts a picture and they're feeling themselves, which is a good thing. It's self-love and everything. And people, just because I want people to like my post, I insult you. And then these are the very same people who will come on your post and be like, let's be aware of mental
health. Hey guys, fresh new week, fresh starts, everything fresh. Welcome back to Man Cave. Thank you for following us, subscribing, and keeping the conversation going. Always loudmouth, Cancelotis.
Oh, me name for Ben.
Who would have known?
Misare.
Steve.
do a hit.
Boboyer.
Yes, our discussion today centers on two things closely related, but also not that related, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to discuss cyberbullying. I don't want to say men and cyberbullying. Cyberbullying and body shaming. Vitu mbili. Tunakuanga na dictionary hapa, napendaka kutueleza vitu. Tutaanza na So Ben, give us just a perspective on something light on body shaming and cyberbullying, then we go into it.
Okay, because you're basically men, we'll discuss body shaming as regards men and how they've been stereotyped to take things differently when it comes to being cyberbullied and being body shamed. So first we'll get our 2 cents on what we think really constitutes
if someone tells you have thin
shaming.
dick energy, is that bullying?
If you have
Thin dick energy.
depends. I think it all boils down to what I wanted to bring into.
You are told.
What constitutes normal banter and what goes into bullying? If your peers, like we always call kijana fupi round up and then kuna yule mtu akujui lakini you've made some comment that doesn't sit well with them, anakujia na ubaya yake yote.
Yeah.
So at what point does it now becomes bullying?
I think the thing about when it's a conversation and how you address people, it depends on the level of your relationship. Just like we said with when we're talking about male relationships, na my love heart, na whatever. I think ina depend na relationship yenu iko wapi na mnaelewana aje. Kuna vitu zenye say Josh atanishow na nyemse mwenye sijui akiniambia it won't sit well with me, you know.
Just at the same place still. I'm not going to mention names, but I'll mention them off camera.
Yeah.
People who are so close friends, but then the ego aspect come in. I write something then ni correct. Alafu ni feel ni kama umenichomea CV. Sasa ile juu ya ego yangu. I come back nikwambie kitu bana, wewe hizi nifundisha kizungu na ulipata C+ kizungu. Alafu hivyo tu ndio vita inaanzika among people who know each other, unaona? And then it goes down to a contest mpaka inafika point you feel like one is now bullying the other.
Notice to catch feelings.
As story na catch feelings. As a former victim of cyberbullying. I'm a former victim. Hey, right now no one can cyberbully me.
Why?
You brutal.
He's a lawyer. He's no longer a law student.
I'm no longer a law student. I'm fully cancelled. Don't joke. here is what happens. I see it starts with the people that are around you, because of social media especially. That's where most of this cyberbullying happens. You might say something that someone would feel like they are not in tandem with, but instead of coming to you and telling you, they now go to their wall and start creating a fuss about it. You get. Then people move in cliques as well. They pull those other people, bring them to you. Shit is hard.
Kwanza kuna ile screenshot gang yenye ati UDM a chick. And then alafu ana take screenshot anakuja na post up hivyo kwa TL.
Yeah. I just think the problem with our generation is we do things for likes.
Yeah.
Cloud
chasers.
It's very sad. Like we were having this conversation with Josh and the car, and I was telling them, you see, I think it's different when it's a public figure, or rather, let's say a celebrity, and people, like Josh, and you post something and people make fun of you because you've actually thrust yourself into that kind of life. But when it's someone who's just posting, like I look at Twitter and someone just posts a picture and they're feeling themselves, which is a good thing. It's self-love and everything. And people, just because I want people to like my post, I insult you, and then these are the very same people who will come on your post and be like, let's be aware of mental
health.
Then I don't even think because you're a public figure, it should now be okay.
Yeah.
Because even when I put my photo, when I upload my photo on Facebook, I've already put it on a public platform. Yeah. And of course, I'm inviting comments from people. Yes. But like haimanishi ati sasa ati it doesn't make it okay.
Yeah. So what I can say about perhaps cyberbullying. The truth of the matter is, there are a lot of reasons that people want to search for clout on social media. But the biggest one, there is this sort of validation, perhaps some sort of emotional boost. You write something funny, people like it. You can, like for example, that example Fidel was given, you could see some people abusing a certain girl on Twitter. And she had just posted a photo. She wanted people to gas her up.
She's beautiful.
Like,
she didn't even want people to gas her up.
Maybe she was just expressing herself. But you know, she got a lot of positive feedback, but she also got a lot of negative feedback by people who wanted, you know, to have their own 15 seconds of fame. Deactivate account, which is not really nice, because that means you've just mentally disturbed someone to that extent.
So can we say that part of cyberbullying has two faces? Yeah. There are those of us who would like to say that no, it's nothing big, we're just overly sensitive, and then there are those of us would like to say that look, it's nothing, we are to being a generation that's too insensitive. So depends on which side of a debate you find yourself in a given situation. Is it that we are becoming too insensitive, or are we becoming overly sensitive?
We are too insensitive. If you would
let me have Ben go first.
Well, I think in this issue there is really no silver bullet, because everyone is different. Say when we bring up this issue of fat shaming people, you call someone fat. In someone's perspective, say Otis just said, if you're fat, you're fat. It's someone will see it as a description of a person. Same way in your compositions you wrote my best friend is tall,
gigantic,
fat, I'm a tall, slender. You know, to some it's a description and nothing is wrong with that.
I'm a big head.
Yes. Anyway, so to other people it's an affront on their being, because it raises some insecurities that they've carried over the years. Maybe someone, it's pointed out that fat people are unhealthy, and it's probably insensitive that I've actually said fat people. Probably
you should say thick
plus size, but then it's something like when you use something to some extent, it cannot be used to hurt you at some point. Like at some point, a nigger was a really bad insult to a person. It still might be, lakini not the same when you come in
context.
Yes, context. Yes, so maybe that's where like I get probably the only thing that I can say to add some value to this discussion is the context really matters. So when you're calling someone fat, and you want to demean them and make them seem like they're not equal to other people, then that's bad, Lakini when you just say it as someone will know, like a person you're describing as that will know what you mean when you call them fat.
Which makes me try to distinguish things here. If I could just take us back a bit. If, for instance, the situation that has been given, where you post a photo, then the comments come in negatively and you feel cyberbullied. And then the situation whereby perhaps you're having a discussion, then unable to take me on my points in this intellectual debate, or whatever nature of debate it is, you choose to attack my personality. Then maybe you have your gun and you come for my personality, so that instead of discussing what was the issue in context, it's now an attack on my person. Now there's that perspective. Now I'm giving you, those are already two perspectives. The third one is this: you come at someone, you start it, but then tables turn on you. Would you have sympathies for such a person?
I remember there's something like that.
Yeah.
Those of you who are on Facebook, there's this media personality. I think Shiko Morioki. Shiro, yes. Something. So alipost picture, then watu wakaanza like Biniman wakaanza kuweka picha Biniman kando yake. And then initially it was just for laughs, you know, the way like people call Fidel budget offset.
Budget offset.
Yeah.
So initially when and I think it started when that guy sindio alikuwa natukano na some women sindio, then aka use that same thing. It was basically the same thing, what you just said. Then the table stand ikakuwa sunny demana, and then it became a huge mess of it because of that. And maybe the person who can answer this is Fidel, because he's the one who has actually gone through it firsthand as a celebrity.
But me on cyberbullying, on cyberbullying, I just say if you can dish it, then you can receive it.
I think.
So do I think as a distinction?
As a person who's put yourself, and this is just my, I know Boba said doesn't matter who you are, but I think the thing, it's just a code that everyone who's thrust themselves into the limelight has. You realize that there's people who love you and there's people who hate you, and people will just want to say a lot of things about you. And that's how it is now. It's not just about cyberbullying. That even comes even when you're releasing a song in the comment section. There's people who will want to tell you that you're not talented, and that's just life, you know. So, and that's why for me, I feel like there's a distinction between an art, like for example, someone who's in the public light and someone who's not. You know, I feel like it's important
to take us back into our focus, like Ben tried to put us men and cyberbullying or body shaming. Should we normalize it? Should it be just normal banter between men, or should it be something that as men we start getting sensitive about?
Let me give my context, because perhaps I have a unique context. Me all of a sudden nilibatizwa Mulmulwas, a name that I did not know 4 or 5 months ago what it meant. The thing is, I've had weight issues for a long time, ever since I was a kid. So I grew a tough skin. It's true. So the thing is, I grew a tough.
Apologize for
you see,
you'll use it for something
now this is fat shaming.
What?
Okay. What I was trying to say before you guys started laughing. What is the Luna check out? I grew a tough skin. To the extent that even when I got into the public limelight, as I said, I'm a public figure. People would say things and some would hurt me, but the thing I would say, you know, you guys are saying mtu akikudishia cyberbullying, you dish it back. That has never helped anyone. Of course, the books say, the holy books say, an eye for an eye will make
the whole world go blind.
Yeah, so the truth of the matter is, the biggest test of somebody's character is how you react to insults.
No, but
Listen. For me, in that context of cyberbullying, I think the biggest test to you is how whether or not you'll be the bigger person. Because if you retaliate with equal force, then there's no difference between you and the guy who started.
But we are not Michelle Obama, bana. They go low.
No. My point is simple. My point is
what you're saying is I'm not saying.
Listen. My point is very simple. It does not help you to go lower.
It's fine.
No.
Just a minute.
It's counterproductive because what it will become, and I'm telling you guys live because me nimetusiana na watu hadi nika research hadi dictionary ya matusi. What it becomes is a war of attrition. From that day onwards, when you relate with that person, you will be looking for a way to hurt them.
Or if you open their eyes and it will open their eyes to, and it can even bring a closer friendship.
Listen. I'm telling you guys.
Just a minute before you proceed.
My experience.
There's just one problem with your statement.
Yes.
It's that you're closing the box to yourself.
Not
everyone has your result.
Exactly.
Not everyone has your
yes,
because
even
and then you see so many people get cyberbullied to the point that they go commit suicide. So what I can tell someone is that you don't have to take shit from anyone.
I mean, it boils back to what I said. It boils back to what I said initially.
What I'm saying is dishing it back does not always show that you are savage, or does not always.
No, it's not about
being savage.
Listen.
But Josh,
it is very
people who feel better when they do.
Yeah.
Then they will feel even worse because the guy will retaliate. Let me tell you.
I'm not coming back to you so that
let me ask you a question.
Josh,
suppose you have a child and then they get bullied at school by some kid who beats them.
Yes.
So you'll tell the child that okay, this person
that's not cyberbullying.
No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's bullying.
Concept.
It's bullying. It's someone who's taking advantage.
There's cyberbullying and there's cyberbullying and that context.
What will you tell that child, Josh?
That context is different.
No, but
what will you tell that child?
Personally, this is a child and I don't want to instill violence in
so you'll tell them what exactly?
So for me, I'll expedite a process in which I will make sure that other child is held accountable.
Which is what?
I'll have to speak to their parents.
So what will you tell your child? I'm asking what you will tell your child about that.
I'll tell them because it's a phase in life where everybody must go, where you realize that there are people who don't want the best for you.
It's a phase that will show you.
No, I'll teach you the tenets of self-defense.
Okay, so
guys, shut up and let me talk. This is what I'm saying, yeah? Because the insinuation you're saying is that what I am saying is you cower and don't stand up for yourself. I'm not saying that.
What are you saying?
What I am saying is avoid unnecessary confrontations by people who are just trying to provoke you.
So provocation is unnecessary.
Skiza.
Retaliation is necessary.
Skiza. Mtu amekupata tu umetulia, all of a sudden amepost Ben ni mnono ama Steve ni mnono. Wewe unajua mtu is just trying to bait me. He's trying to bring me into this argument. If you ignore them, they'll continue, then they'll get tired, and then they'll feel stupid.
Let me tell you.
What if they don't? Let them continue. If they're telling their ways,
continue.
Okay,
what I'm saying
no.
You might choose to ignore. You might choose to ignore, and that's fine.
Not mine.
Fine if you choose to ignore. What I want you to know is you have the right to retaliate.
Let me just take it.
I'm not refusing that there's a right to retaliate. What I'm saying, retaliation is counterproductive.
Hold it there. Let me take it there. Just in the context of cyberbullying itself, and I think I had an experience a while back about the give, and I will start by telling Josh that it's not counterproductive. Sometimes it's very productive.
Yes.
One, there was this post when we were doing the femicide videos and everything. So I made a post on femicide. I made a series of like 10 posts. Then he came under every post and he was abusing me. Or you're just trying to get laid, or you're trying to get work from female clients, or you see stuff like that. Then I told him, look, knowing your history, okay, this somebody who's his mental history and everything I knew. So knowing their history, I told them, look, I'm not going to engage you for the purpose that if I choose to take you on the same words that you're trying to say to me, we all know how this might end. Guess what happened? It was tables were turned against me. This guy made a very long and passionate post about his page. How people who are supposed to how people who became vulnerable with CG did what and the way you see the way somebody can try to blackmail you with that. But what I'm saying is this: it opened his eyes to something. So my basis for handling things is this: do not come at me if you know you have a vulnerability or an insecurity. Because the moment you're coming at me, your intention is to hurt me.
Yeah.
And if you're coming to hurt me, the truth is I'm not going to try to laugh with you. I'm going to try to hurt you more.
Yeah. And can I add something?
So if
then where does it end?
Misare,
It ends to the weaker person.
So I think and I think just to add, I think people are different, and that's one thing we need to appreciate. For example, I'm the type of person who, if cyberbullied, I'll respond, and that will make me feel better.
Yeah.
Not just with cyberbullying, even mtu akianza matusi, mimi nikimpiga ngumi ama akirusha jab na nirudishe, mimi nita feel better. That might be a problem for you, but that's your problem. That's how I deal with it. How you deal with it doesn't necessarily mean
yes, and that's why my point was
true.
on the cyber bullies, and I say if you as a cyber bully, if you can dish it out, you should be able to take it.
So Steve, if
what you do, Steve, you as the
don't come
victim
around
does,
and say, oh,
if you are attacked for no reason, assuming today somebody probably picks your photo from wherever, you didn't post it yourself, huh?
Yes.
Then he posted somewhere to make fun of you.
Yes.
We are not saying that you attack this person directly.
Yes.
The point we are coming from majorly with Ben and even from Bob is that if that person who came with the intention of bullying you puts your photo there, and assuming it's somebody I know, and you're my friend, it doesn't even have to be you. And then I find that this person probably has a worse photo than you. Yeah? Yes. Probably yako amekuweka juu ya hiyo kitu anasema maybe in your weight issues. Yes. But then him has something, probably it could be as simple as the way he dresses, and we take him on that. And then I get the support of, let me say, everybody in this room, and the tables turn on him. Yeah? He should be able to take it because he started it. That is my point.
Okay, okay. You get what you deserve, eh? That's the truth. But the reality is, for me, and this is a system that has worked for me immensely. Just for me. It might not have worked for you guys. But for you. Because I'm not trying to impose anything the way you guys are trying to impose on me.
No.
So
we're just telling you that
we are telling you have a right.
Yes. And I have not refuted. I have the right. I choose not to. And I am outlining my reasons. Personally, let me even give you a live example. When I started going on TV doing sports, there's a guy who I considered a close friend. He came to my inbox and posted that I was not worthy enough to go to TV because I was overweight. Now, if I chose to respond and abuse this guy, I know he was probably looking for screenshots that he could post in some other forum and say, you know, this guy has been abusing me here and what. Yeah. But I avoided that guy. Now, whenever we meet, because we meet in a lot of public forums, he's a professional like me. He cannot even look at me. He's too ashamed. Why? That guy was just spoiling for a fight. He was spoiling for a fight. I avoided that. He looked stupid. I don't. Listen. There is no use. I know it's an ego thing. You don't want to look like you're the weak one.
But look,
believe me.
I'm not. Listen.
Manze Steve, when was
I know why.
Unasikiza point yangu unaitupa.
No, we are not throwing it. I know why. For me, I think I understand why this topic is a bit sensitive to Steve because it's something that he has he has personal experience.
Yes.
But my question for you, Steve, is you didn't respond to this guy.
Yes.
You are not friends now.
Yes.
If you could have responded, you are not friends. So what's the difference? I don't get the. I don't see your gain in this. Your gain is only that your ego feels nice.
I didn't waste my time.
Because at the end of the day,
I didn't waste my time in a war of attrition that could have devolved among other places, other friends. I didn't give that opportunity to grow. Let me give you another context. There's another guy who gave me a similar online argument on my public wall, and I engaged with him, and we had an argument. We had a fight that almost became physical. You see, I wasted my time there. I put myself there at risk. I put people I knew who are reading that profile and who are supporting me at risk. So for me, the truth is, there are situations where you have to stand up. There are situations like those that you have to stand up for yourself. There are situations.
No, let me tell you, but some things are very hurtful. I will tell you. Let me give you an instance. For mine, I think fun has been made about my voice for so long. So you guys are until it has reached a point where I have normalized it. But there is somebody. It just happened like it was God sent. I had screenshots from his girlfriend who was hitting on me. Then this guy came to make fun of my voice.
Wow.
So you know,
wow.
okay,
Uweziweka bibi, you can yangu nataka kuja kuweka.
No. You can imagine. I told him, look,
Hey, try
but
me.
with that womanly voice as he was trying to make it look.
Mr. Tell me he smashed his girl.
I did smash his girl because I had my girl, but I told him, look, you
I'm not that because the girl will watch.
No, I didn't smash his girl.
We stand a black king.
I'm saying I made it. I played it down like Steve would say. I played it down the first time, but when it became an habit and he was now coming with these people, like he's not coming alone. I told him, look, you might not like my voice, but somebody you care about likes it, and that's all that matters to you.
Yeah, and again, okay, I didn't
give him room to respond because there was no way he was going to respond to that. So at times,
Screenshot hapo.
I was waiting for him to respond. I think he got my message clearly. So what I'm saying is this, Steve. At times you don't respond to somebody, giving them room to argue with you.
Yes.
Some of these things you deal with the finality.
Yeah.
And like Bob said when we were starting, you remember when Michelle gave us this dictum and everyone has been on and on that when they go low, you go high.
There's no Michelle Obama here.
That's one of the reasons they lost that election because you are not going to go high when you're not. Yes. If a pig wants to wrestle here at times, you just have to show it's a pig by wrestling it there. Because you cannot stand up there and watch it mudding your things down here. And so again, if somebody comes at you low,
you want to block
what I'm saying is.
No,
and this is a general advice, Ben.
We understand
you have an insecurity,
people's coping mechanisms are different.
If you have an insecurity, don't go at people.
You know what, Josh? The thing is, the people that are watching us here, some of them are dealing with really
different things,
difficult situations, and people have been coming at them every time, and maybe they've been suppressing it and locking it and just saying that I'll leave this be, like gouging each person's eyes, we leave the world blind.
But if
we are telling everybody that is watching,
blind world is
thinking
just
that we're telling every one of them that they can take charge of their life, they can respond,
because
they can
this is a real situation, and it doesn't help when we have a real situation and you're giving an ideal solution.
And what if we look at it from this perspective? Someone who is bullying you is provoking you.
Exactly.
Which is a sufficient defense. So how you're going to deal with it is up to your own devices.
Yeah, that's what I think. And that's what we've been saying from the get-go. And again, I wanted to say something about the people who bully and sometimes acting like the victims. I think that's another thing that really happens on social media where, especially, kuna kitu ulisema about unakatia dem, anapiga screenshot na, acha nikushow, kukatiana, first of all, as long as I'm being respectful to you, ukiniambia zi na nimekulenga, hiyo ndo point, nimekuacha. Nikikukatia hakuna makosa nimefanya by kukatia mtu. Kwenda kuchukua hiyo screenshot na kutaka sasa kuiweka social media uonyeshe watu umse nini alafu anze kuongea mbaya. I have a big problem with that. Or assuming someone makes fun of you and then udu kitu next, useme kitu, and then they now catch feelings that I think that's another thing that needs to be addressed because a lot of people are using
this.
What I'm saying is, I summarized it in a very nice way. Yeah. If you have someone sitting in security or something you are, okay, let me just call it an insecurity. Yeah. If there's something you're insecure about, please do not go at people online because you don't know who knows about what. And for me, I'd speak up for myself personally. Yeah. If you took a dig at me,
glass houses.
If you took a dig at me and I know something about that you're insecure about, my friend, I'm going to mention it.
But
because you wanted me to feel bad about myself, but I'm going to make you feel the same about yourself.
And you see, that's okay. But you see, as we are saying, people are different, and there's someone who will, for example,
the peacemakers who want to make peace. It's fine.
Nimehit on dem, nimehit on dem, amechukua hiyo screenshot, akapost. Na mimi nimse mwenye sijui nitadunini. Sometimes unajua saa zingine mimi hujiuliza in that kind of situation what is someone.
Now the thing is, so like you are saying, if you post that screenshot and I don't know how to do about myself. I mean, if I didn't insult you, I believe people are going to be reasonable enough to see who is being stupid among the two of us. But just post that screenshot if you're sure you're posting everything. Because if there's a bit of it you're hiding and I have something on you, my friend, I'm going to come to your level and I'm going to show it. Then there's what Ben is asking.
Then there's, in conclusion, we need to answer a very important question I'd like for each of us to summarize quickly. For example, there are these people online who come and on a person who's fat or thick or plus size, they come and start giving them advice on how to shed off the weight, probably telling them to start on a weight loss program, recommending herbal tea or such stuff. So do you think it's invasive on someone's privacy? It's just one person looking at being their brother's keeper?
I think it's invasive. It's invasive because there are so very many reasons why someone can be fat. For some it's genetic, for some it's life choices. Yeah. So well, if you just is
and for some to make a tattoo.
And if someone doesn't, if someone doesn't ask for it, do not give it.
Plus, second, I believe if I think if I think my fatness is because of my bad choices, I'm able to go to hospital or wherever I can get that help. So if I don't ask it for you directly,
so you're saying if you're not asked,
if you're not asked,
if your girlfriend asks you whether she's fat, how do you respond?
I won't wait for my girlfriend to ask me if she's fat. If I think my girlfriend is being fat and it's based on her
Black
fat or
King
something,
do not respond.
My friend, I'm going to tell her, babe.
You're going to tell her?
I'm going to tell her, babe, this is getting out of hand.
Okay.
We stand.
Well, that is where we end, guys.
We'll see you next week. Keep the conversation
Tell us what you think.
And anything that you would want us to talk about.
And please subscribe.